One of the things I want to mention to my subscribers and my fellow Goldwing riders is that I will not be connecting my Cardo up to anything less than a Cardo Pack Talk Neo, a Cardo Pack Talk Edge, or a Cardo Pack Talk Pro. Goldwing rider, a shadowy flight into the dangerous world of a man who does not exist. A young loner on a crusade to champion the cause of the innocent, the helpless, the powerless, who is fearless in a world of reckless automobiles. These are Caliente motovlogs. Hey, what's up YouTube? This is your boy Chris, out on the Goldwing. And today, it's nice out here. I'm showing a current air temp of 61 degrees. 61 degrees. Can you guys believe that? Here in the month of February, 61 degrees here in the Mid-South. Today is officially my first ride of 2026. My first ride of 2026. I have officially been off of my Honda Goldwing for 50 days. 50 days. Can you guys believe that? Not being able to ride the Honda Goldwing for 50 days.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
Yes, sir.
And I tell you what, man, it feels good to be back in the saddle. I'm back. Back in the saddle. There's a motorcyclist passing by. As a matter of fact, there's a Goldwing. Goldwing just passed by. The bikes are out, enjoying some of this fine weather, but it's been officially 50 days of me being off the Honda Goldwing. You know, the last time that I actually rode my Honda Goldwing was at the Caliente end of the year ride. I would like to thank all of my viewers and subscribers that actually showed up to that Caliente end of the year ride. We had such a wonderful time out on the Honda Goldwing, but that was the last time that I've actually rode my bike. Today is the first day of being on the Honda Goldwing since that ride at the end of December. 50 days off of my Honda Goldwing. Getting reacclimated. The weatherman is calling for temps in the mid-60s, I think, for the rest of the week. And then we're supposed to take another dip. So I'm just enjoying the sunshine, enjoying the Honda Goldwing. This thing feels like a 2026 Honda Goldwing. Oh, they're pretty much all the same, with the exception of a few changes to the color and some minor upgrades. We're not going to talk about the 2026 here in this video, but the 2026 are officially out. Okay, he's cranking the throttle. The 2026 Honda Goldwings are officially out. But I feel like I'm on a 2026. My model is the 2021, the DCT. You know, one of the things that I've been doing since I hadn't been riding is just kind of doing some maintenance. You know, those are some of the things that bikers do in the wintertime, is fix some of the things that need to be repaired, run some of the maintenance that needs to be performed, just doing things to the bike in my downtime. You know, one of the reasons that I hadn't been on my Honda Goldwing is just dealing with some family issues, man. You know, everybody out there, we all going through something, whether it's financially, whether it's emotionally, psychologically, physically, health conditions, all kinds of things, man. But just dealing with some family issues on my end. That is the main reason that I haven't been out on my Honda Goldwing. Just taking a break. Also, we got some bad weather here recently. Got a lot of snow and ice. You know, I think that was the first time in quite a few years that we've seen that much snow and ice. You know, believe it or not, there's people down in Mississippi, I'm hearing, that still are without power. But I think for the most part, a lot of people, power is back up. You know, when that snow and ice hit, man, it hit hard. I mean, I shoveled snow that was anywhere from a foot to 6 inches thick. Man, we got a lot of snow and ice, and that ice was rock hard. But I'm glad that the snow and ice has moved out of the Mid-South. I know it headed out east. And I'm sure that a lot of you guys that live out in the east, on the East Coast, I'm sure that the ice is melted. Be sure to let me know, put it down in the comment section below if all of the snow and ice that headed northeast has melted. But as you can see, it's clear here in the Memphis area, in the Memphis vicinity. You know, all of the snow and ice is melted. You know, we're starting to warm back up. But 61 degrees is what I'm showing on my Honda Goldwing, and I'm just glad, man, just to be back out on my Honda Goldwing. 50 days of not being on my Honda Goldwing. You know, that's like being in jail. But I tell you what, man, when that snow and ice came through here, you know, I was prepared. You know, I had everything prepared. One of the things that I had was my generator. If you guys missed that video, you can click on my generator video. And after I actually posted that video, some of you guys reached out and said, you're gonna hook your generator up to your home for backup power. If you guys out there, if you have a generator and you're planning on hooking it up to your home for backup power, I want you to stay tuned to my channel. I'm gonna do a video on my generator, just going more in depth about who should hook a generator up to their home, what generators qualify to be hooked up to your houses, and things like that. So just stay tuned to a later video for that. I want to be talking more about the generator. But I was actually waiting. I was waiting on my power to go out. You know, I was prepared, man. I had my generators gassed up and ready to go. You know, the main generator runs off of propane, gasoline, and natural gas. So I was ready. Had plenty of propane for my gas grills. If you guys missed my gas grills, you can check out my video on the gas grill. Also, I had plenty of fuel in my fuel caddy. You know, if you guys have seen my fuel caddy videos, you know, a lot of times when I posted videos in the past on my fuel caddy, you know, some of you have said, I don't see what's the point of a fuel caddy. You know, why not just go to the gas station when you need fuel? Well, you know, that's all well and good, but, you know, just like when a lot of this ice and a lot of the snow came down and the power went out, you know, there was gas stations that was lined up because some of the gas stations was not receiving fuel because trucks couldn't get through. Some of the gas stations had lost power during that time. So it was a big inconvenience. You know, they say if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready.
Out of gas, electricity, and now patience. Holly Springs utility customers are going on 48 hours without power.
Most of Holly Springs is without power, and this is the only gas station with gas for miles around.
Stay off the road, stay off the road.
No gas.
How frustrating is this?
Oh, real bad, real bad.
The winter weather knocked out traffic lights. The snow almost buried this stop sign.
No, nobody's open. Nobody has power to pump the pump, so.
Can you remember the last storm that's been this bad?
Not in my lifetime.
So my fuel caddy really came in handy doing that snow and ice. For my viewers out there that say you don't see why I have a fuel caddy, I promise you, man, that thing came in handy. There's nothing like having resources at your fingertips, man. You know, who wants to go and stand in line at a gas station, you know, trying to get fuel? So I was just prepared. I had plenty of gasoline, plenty of propane for my grills. I had my generators set up, and you know, I had my 4-wheel drives ready to go. Everything was pretty much set. You know, here in this area, we don't get that kind of weather all of the time, but every blue moon, we get some of that snow and ice. So if you guys got hit with snow and ice, be sure to put it down in the comment section below. So here we are, 2026, my first ride of 2026, 50 days off of the Honda Goldwing. One of the things that I want to mention to my viewers, one of the things I want to mention to my subscribers and my fellow Goldwing riders is that I will not be connecting my Cardo up to anything less than a Cardo Pack Talk Neo, a Cardo Pack Talk Edge, or a Cardo Pack Talk Pro. Well, why is that, Chris? Well, I'm glad you asked. You know, I like to have the best helmet communications that I can have on my Honda Goldwing, and during the last ride that I made, during the Caliente end of the year ride, you know, I hooked up to Cardo Pack Talk Bose, and even though the Cardo Pack Talk Bose is DMC, the communications was absolutely horrible, man. I got to admit, the communications was horrible. You know, the riders was complaining about the audio. You know, I was actually hooked up to Cardo Pack Talk Edges. I was hooked up to some Cardo Pack Talk Pros, and I was hooked up to some Cardo Pack Talk Bose, which is also DMC. But the communications was very, very unstable, snap, crackle, and pop, drop-offs. I mean, it was horrible. I actually reached out to Cardo during that time to try to get some information about it. And basically what I'm told is that those Cardo Pack Talk Bose are the first generation DMC, and they actually did really, really well. I actually had several of them. They did really, really well, but technology is constantly moving. Technology is not sitting still. So to my viewers out there, if you have the Cardo Pack Talk Bose, you have that first generation DMC. Cardo now has the second generation DMC, and you can get that with the Cardo Pack Talk Neo, the Cardo Pack Talk Edge, or the Cardo Pack Talk Pro. So anything less than those three headsets, I'm not going to be connecting up. You know, I can respect anybody out there that does not want to upgrade their headset, because I know there's riders out there that says, hey, there's nothing wrong with my Cardo Pack Talk Bold, and you know, I don't really ride with anybody, and you know, it sounds fine, you know, when I use it, so I don't think there's a need to upgrade. But once again, I respect anybody that do not wish to upgrade their headsets. I'm just not going to be able to hook my Cardo Pack Talk second generation DMC up to that first generation Cardo Pack Talk DMC. If you guys need a discount on your headsets, if you're looking for a deal, you guys can use my Caliente promo code. I'm going to leave a link in the description of the video. It'll take you straight to the Cardo website, and if you use that link, you're going to get a discount on any Cardo product that's on their website. You're going to get a discount. So use that Caliente link. I'm going to put it in the description. Also, I'm going to drop it in the comments, because a lot of times when I put it in the description, you know, people ask me, you know, what is the link? The links are always in my descriptions, but I'm gonna put it down in the comment section below as well. If you guys are looking to upgrade your headset, you're gonna get a discount on the Neo, the Edge, the Pro, or any item that is on the Cardo website. Some of you guys may want to upgrade your speakers and things like that. Maybe you need a second helmet clamp kit. So anything that they're selling, you guys can get a discount just by using the Caliente promo code. But if you have anything less than a Cardo Pack Talk Neo, the Edge, or the Pro, I'm not gonna connect my headset up to you. One of the benefits of actually having the Cardo Pack Talk Pro over the Edge and over the Neo is with the Cardo Pack Talk Pro, you're gonna get that crash detection. So in the event that you are involved in a crash, it can automatically notify a predetermined number that you have set up within the Cardo app. It'll let that predetermined number, it'll send them a message letting them know that you've been involved in a crash, and they'll be able to go to your exact location. And there's a rider who actually had a crash. He was out riding by himself and he had a crash.
Crash detection device leads a wife to her husband who crashed his motorcycle, and she got there before anyone could even call 911.
He's been riding motorcycles for 20 plus years.
But Friday night, when his wife Brooke got an alert from the Cardo Pack Talk Pro Bluetooth device in his helmet, she knew something was wrong.
It said urgent. Dustin might have been in a car accident or an accident.
Brooke found Dustin on the side of New River Road between Carefree Highway and the I-17, thrown far from his bike in a place where no one could see him. But he's alive. And for that, Brooke is eternally grateful.
The helmet communication is an extension of your phone. It's an extension of your phone. You know, sometimes it's mind-boggling that a rider could have a $30,000 motorcycle but do not want to upgrade their headset. So get out there and get yourself a Cardo, and you will be glad that you did. And so I'm just enjoying life, and I'm just having fun, man, and I'm just enjoying this fine weather. 61 degrees out on the Honda Goldwing. So whether you're watching on big screen, or whether you're watching on your device, or you're living in the north and you can't ride your bike just yet, maybe you got snow and ice, you are welcome to live vicariously through the Caliente YouTube channel. You know, sometimes when I put these videos out, you know, people have complained and said, well, that's not motorcycle related. You know, that doesn't have anything to do with motorcycles. You know, I came to your channel to see motorcycle content. Well, that's the thing about my YouTube channel. Everything is not going to be about motorcycles. But the things I put up are important. You know, a lot of times people reach out and say, Chris, man, I really appreciate you putting that video up. It really helped me. That really helped me a whole lot. So I thank you guys for just, you know, living vicariously through my channel, supporting the Caliente YouTube channel while I have been off on the Honda Goldwing. But I'm back. I'm back. So if you guys have any questions or comments, please don't hesitate to put it down in the comment section below. Also, if you're new to the channel, hey, click that bell notification. It'll notify you every time I post a new video. And also, make a donation to the Caliente YouTube channel. Click that thanks button. And if you really would like to support the Caliente YouTube channel, become a member of the Caliente YouTube channel. If you're not happy with what you're getting, you can always cancel. So become a member of the Caliente YouTube channel. Just click that join. Click that join. And you will be glad you did. This is your boy Chris, out on the Goldwing. Out on the Goldwing. I'm just trying to get my ride in, man. Being off the Honda Goldwing 50 days, and this is my first ride of 2026. And I will talk to you guys later. Deuces.